The ancient cassowary awakens under the dawn mist, ready to defend its forest home. Under the dense canopy of the evergreen woods, dawn broke in hushed whispers of mist and light. No bird had soared these skies for centuries, until the day poachers set their traps along the mossy trails. They came with cruel intent, rifles gleaming like cold steel in the undergrowth, voices harsh against the morning hush. Unbeknownst to them, something ancient stirred. Deep within the forest's heart, a cassowary of extraordinary size and spectral plumage rose from shadowed ferns. Its dark eyes burned with a fierce intelligence seldom seen in mortal creatures. Legends told of this avian guardian, a spirit born of earth and storm, destined to avenge the violated balance. Now awakened by the hunter's trespass, the cassowary stretched powerful thighs and unfurled its crimson casque, ready to enact nature's judgment. Each heartbeat echoed through gnarled roots and twisted vines, and with a single, thunderous call that shook the trembling pines, its revenge was set in motion. 1. The hunt begins. Deep in the evergreen woods, the poachers moved like shadows guided by greed. Each footstep crushed the soft layers of pine needles and ferns, leaving behind a trail of desecration. The forest responded with distant echoes of alarm calls and the rustle of frightened creatures. Charlie Reynolds, the expedition's leader, knelt to inspect the fresh tracks at the river's edge. He traced the footprints of a rare flightless bird, 3 thick toes splayed on moist earth. "We're close," he whispered, voice laced with determination and prophet's promise. His companions nodded, rifles slung at their shoulders, anticipation gleaming in their eyes. The cassowary appears as hunters advance, its powerful presence silencing all. As the hunters pressed deeper, shafts of morning light pierced the canopy, revealing walls of moss-covered bark and twisting vines. The air was cool and thick with the scent of pine resin and damp earth. Unseen watchers held their breath, deer, owls, and whispers of smaller birds that darted through branches above. With every step, the forest's heart pounded in tempo, a warning transmitted through roots and leaves. Suddenly, a low rumble vibrated underfoot. The hunters froze. At first, they dismissed it as distant thunder or the shifting of the land itself. But as the sound grew, a deep, resonant thud echoing among the trees, they realized it came from within. The ground trembled, a massive silhouette emerged through the mist. A cassowary, larger than memory or nature should allow, towered before them. Its feathers shimmered like obsidian, and bearing a crest dyed in dawn's first light, it stood guardian at the threshold of retribution. 2. Nature's fury unleashed. Startled by the cassowary's sudden appearance, the hunters raised their rifles. Charlie's finger itched on the trigger, greed fueling his resolve. But before he could fire, the cassowary lunged. Its powerful legs churned the earth, driving talons into thick mud with bone-crushing force. The hunters scattered, their shouts lost beneath crashing branches as the forest itself seemed to rally behind its champion. Nature's power surges as the cassowary leads the forest's defense. Charlie aimed, but his bullet tore only through empty air as the cassowary dodged with uncanny speed. With a deafening shriek, the bird charged into the thicket, thorns ripping at undergrowth and branches snapping in protest. Panther-like grace combined with prehistoric strength made it a force of nature given corporeal form. As the hunters regrouped, the forest assaulted them, vines animated as if alive, twisting around boots and ankles, swarms of caddis flies rose in swirling clouds, stinging and distracting, roots glowed faintly, tripping the unwary. The very land was in revolt. Among the chaos, Charlie realized how small and exposed they were. His comrades cried out as a massive fern unfurled its tendrils, sweeping one of them into a muddy bog. Desperation turned to terror as they frantically fired, each shot clattering harmlessly against wood and stone. The cassowary, unhurried, moved to intercept anyone who tried to flee. Its eyes, reflecting both ancient wisdom and primal wrath, made it clear, the forest would not tolerate further bloodshed. When the last rifle clattered to the ground, silence fell. A single feather drifted through the broken canopy to land at Charlie's feet. His heart pounded like the forest's drums, guilt flooding his mind as he faced the consequences of their intrusion. 3. Redemption in the shadows. As dusk settled, the forest regained its hush, though scars of the battle lingered. Charred branches and trampled ferns bore witness to the night's vengeance. Charlie sat alone by a smoldering campfire, the soot on his face marking both defeat and revelation. Above him, a single cassowary feather shimmered in the firelight, its barbs iridescent with colors beyond human naming. He ran his fingers over its smooth shaft, feeling its warmth pulse like living tissue. Redemption blooms as the hunter vows to protect the forest under the cassowary's watchful gaze. In that moment of stillness, a figure emerged from shadows, a ranger who had followed the expedition in secret, seeking to save the birds rather than exploit them. She knelt beside Charlie, offering water from a canteen. They needed a guardian, she said softly. Nature always finds its way back. Charlie met her gaze, shame and awe clashing in his eyes. I understand now. The ranger placed a gentle hand on his shoulder. Too many never see this side of the forest. You have a choice now. Help protect it, or leave it forever. Charlie bowed his head. When he finally looked up, the forest floor began to glow where the cassowary had walked. Trails of luminescent spores drifted into the night, painting the canopy in iridescent blues and greens. And there, at the edge of the clearing, the cassowary stood guard once more, vigilant and serene. With newfound purpose, Charlie rose. He tucked the feather into his jacket and vowed to become the forest steward, dedicating his life to preserving the balance he nearly destroyed. The cassowary's revenge had become a catalyst for redemption, a reminder that nature's fury could also inspire hope and transformation.